Well, welcome everyone. Once again, we're talking about the Deer Creek Fiddlers Convention, and we have some conventioneers here with us, uh, Emily Martin and Josh Henderson. And we have a very special announcement to make, and that is that we have established the annual Claude Martin Memorial Fiddlers Award of the Deer Creek Fiddlers Convention. And Claude, of course, was the brother of Emily and Lydia, and many other siblings. And the well, let's see, let's start over again.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's all right. Worked out.
Get your chair there, Josh. There we go.
That was quick.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Well, welcome everyone. We're celebrating the Deer Creek Fiddlers Convention. We have a very special announcement to make, and that is that we are announcing the annual Claude Martin Memorial Fiddlers Award of the Deer Creek Fiddlers Convention. Claude was a great fiddler, and we witnessed his career start from being a little boy playing the fiddle. There's some pictures of him at some of the Common Ground classes, and he took lessons from a lot of great fiddlers throughout the years, not only at Common Ground on the Hill, but in many other places in the old time scene and in the Irish scene. And of course, unfortunately, Claude left us too soon, but we are here to celebrate him and to continue doing that. And Claude really embodies the idea of traditional music being at home um, with families and in an organic process of learning this music. And Claude really nailed it. He became a wonderful fiddler, and we have a lot of evidence of that.
Thanks,
In terms of his recordings. Um, Josh, you have something that you thought you might share with us.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second here.
This is a video that this is just one of Claude's tunes he put together with some photographs. This one's called 5 Miles from Town.
Great, we get to hear Claude.
Oops.
All right, there's some of Claude's fine fiddling, fine old time fiddling. And the award this year is going to be a 5-string fiddle uh, converted by Thomas Precht and donated by Thomas Precht. So, uh, not only are we celebrating Claude in thinking about him, but we're going to celebrate him and he'll be continuing to spread the music by way of fiddles landing in the hands of people who are ready to play.
That's really meaningful, Walt, and we are just totally honored because Deer Creek was just a place where Claude was really comfortable and happy and felt like he could express himself. And
That's where he met Tom Minte, and he went on to learn the art of, studio engineering at the Texan Records.
and we put together a tribute album for Claude, and on the back of the CD, one of Claude's quotes is that my only hope is that some young person finds this music and learns it. So it's just such a fitting award, and we're just really thankful to have him remembered in this way.
Well, we're so glad that you're, helping us do this, and we all miss Claude terribly, but this is a wonderful way to remember him and keep him among us. Um, and the as I say, this award will continue on into the future, and we should let people know that you'll see some links here in this broadcast that will take you to Claude's website, the Martin family website, where you can, of course, buy music, buy CDs, and see all the amazing things that Claude did and the Martin family have done over the years.
Yeah, and just like a brief history of Claude's love of Deer Creek. I mean, he probably started attending when he was around 7 or 8 years old, and just always looked forward to it. Would jam, he'd be out there jamming with, people that in their 80s, and it just was such an inclusive thing, and everybody just had this common love of music, and it's such a cool thing to see. And he was always motivated to keep returning to Deer Creek year after year. I don't know how many times he's won old time fiddle or old time band, but I know that was always a really fun thing for him to do, and just playing with all the different people who came. He just, so many people have come up to me and said, oh, back in, I guess it was 2016 when Claude and Erica and Ralph Gordon and my dad won old time band, and then Claude and Erica performed at Common Ground. Just so many people I jammed with him during that day, and just so many lives touched. And then, yeah, it was just, not long after that we lost Claude, and it's just, so he did so much, starting an old time jam in the area, playing at the festivals, playing internationally. He just was a very, very bright shining star, and people just stopped when they heard him play.
Yeah, I mean, I think the phrase you might hear was like, "Who was that kid?" After
Yeah.
he played. And one of the things that I always enjoyed about Claude, he was a very quiet presence, and you wouldn't think that out of that quiet presence came this outrageous amount of fiddle music. And he really could play that instrument. It's not an easy instrument for folks just looking. The fiddle's really hard to play, and he got down to it. He also was a good songwriter, as I remember.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, Walt. Yeah, he had a lot of different interests. He played a little guitar. He played, fiddle was his main passion. But yeah, it was just the sort of person that you heard and you just stopped in your tracks, kind of. And what I also love about Claude is that he would play with anybody, and he would never make anybody, if they were a beginner, like feel, uncomfortable. He just kind of pulled them in and wrapped them up in this blanket of his fiddling. And when I wasn't sure of what I was playing, or I just knew he was there, so steady, so full. And it was really a comforting thing. And he just elevated everybody just to a whole new level.
Well, he had the right spirit about the whole thing, and a lot of that, of course, is found throughout your family. the wonderful Martin family. And I can remember playing with you all at Mount Vernon, which was a quite a thing. And I remember Claude in his his costume.
Yeah.
He looked like a, you know, a kid from 1776 playing the fiddle. Right.
He must have looked good because we were surprised one year to see that he had been on the cover of Time magazine for kids in his Mount Vernon outfit.
Ah,
Someone just coming to the estate took a picture. We actually performed at Mount Vernon for probably, over 20 years as their, special events like informal house band. And yeah, a lot of people came through. You never knew who was going to come visit. So yeah.
well, we look forward to seeing everybody at Deer Creek this year and every year as we celebrate Claude and his great musicianship, and his music will live on. And
That means so much, Walt, and we are just beyond touched by this. And it really and truly was one of Claude's favorite places to be, and so meaningful.
well,
We really appreciate it.
we all miss Claude, and this is one way to keep him with us. So, thanks for being here, and for those of you watching this, be sure to click on the links and see all this great music about Claude and the Deer Creek Fiddlers Convention. So we'll see you at the pavilion. Y'all take care.
Cool.
Thanks, Walt.